What is going on, Ive Warriors? It's your boy Edward V, and today we're going to talk about someone who actually fasted for 28 days. Let's get into prolonged fasting. Stay tuned. Okay, so this video has amassed over 8 million views. And it went through my stream. I was on YouTube, I scrolled down, and I saw this picture of a kid who was pretty big, a little heavy set, not obese, but you know, a little heavy set in one side and completely slim on the other side. And it was a very compelling picture. And on the bottom it stated that he went 28 days with no food. So of course I clicked into that video, and me being a heavy advocate for the movement of intermittent fasting, of fasting in general, I wanted to see his experience and also to see if it was clickbait, if he actually did 28 days. The kid, in my opinion, actually did do 28 days. There are certain clues where you can tell, especially from his skin discoloration. He started to almost turn a little bit yellow. That does happen when you have not had food in your system for a while. Now, I want to talk about this because, first of all, he survived the fast, obviously, which is great. One thing that I've wanted to do, which led me to my video where I found the gentleman who fasted for 385 days, I think it was 395 or 385 days, is where I became so adapted to fasting. My body's become so strengthened in fasting because I've been fasting for 5 years, that I felt that I can give it a go. And it was very risky, but I wanted to give it a go for the world record. The moment I found out that the world record was 385 or 395, 300 and any number, I decided to say, no, that is something that I'm not going to do. The only way I would have pulled that off was to literally gorge myself, get into an incredibly uncomfortable weight, and then of body fat, get into an incredibly uncomfortable high percentage of body fat, weight, and then lose all of that. And I thought maybe 40 days, maybe 50 days, 60 days the most, 2 months. But no, it was 300 and some odd days, 395, 385. Anyways, this kid's YouTube channel is called theProGamerJay, and what he pulls off is very difficult to do, and even the way he does it, I don't recommend you guys to do it that way. Now, I know a lot of people are gonna look at that video and say, well, he looks really good, he looks lean. But the thing with intermittent fasting is, one, intermittent fasting, that was just fasting. He just fasted for a specific amount of time, and then he broke his fast. So he didn't do intermittent fasting. There's a difference, guys. Intermittent fasting is when you actually fast in increments, in small increments, and then you break the fast and eat within small time frames. Small time frames being 1 day, 2 days the most, 3 days. Once you start getting into that 4-day, 5-day, you're just fasting for 5 days. Now, he lost the weight, which is, everything is good, everything is great. And I would love to find a way to touch base with him, to communicate with him, to dive a little bit deeper. But he didn't give us any, he just gave us theories on how he feels or how he ended up, and the theories are based on what he feels. His scars went away, some stuff like that. But I want to know what his actual numbers are, like his actual health numbers. What's his blood count? What's all those different things in his body? What's his glucose count? Like little, just I want to know what those exact numbers are, because doing a fast for that long, guys, is extremely dangerous. Number one, you have to know how much body fat percentage you have in your body. because your body will have to work off of that body fat. Then if you get it down to 2% and you don't know that you're down to 2%, you are in dangerous levels of potential death. Because it's fasting, your human growth hormone does increase. It protects your muscle tissues, but you know, it'll start moving there and it'll start bouncing sometimes between your muscle tissue and your vital organs when you're around 2% body fat, 1% body fat, and then it's gonna be extremely dangerous if you're ever gonna do this, guys. And the thing is, when I saw this, it started to click in my head. I saw a lot of people on my comment section say, hey, I'm on my 12th day of the 28-day fast. I'm like, God damn, why is this person doing 28 days? You're never going to replicate that 28 days unless you do another 28 days, which means like 60 days of fasting almost, and it's gonna be even more dangerous. Have people died doing 28-day fasts? Yes, they have. There are many documented people who have died doing 28-day fasts, people who were healthy who died doing 28-day fasts before they hit the 28 days. So I'm glad that this gentleman survived it. But if you're going to even contemplate something like this, guys, there are fasting centers. And if my water fast video that I put out a while ago, I explained you can actually find fasting centers around where they can assist you with fasting, with water fasting. Normally they'll assist you with like a week-long fast or something like that. Not 28 days, but if you want, they'll check you and they'll see if you can do it, and they'll try to do it. Even Dr. Jason Fung in Canada has his fasting center there. If you research that information, you can see if maybe you can use that fasting center if you live near Canada or in the Canadian area. But he ended up losing 52 pounds. And the reason he wanted to do this was for his weight loss. He said he got up to about he lost a certain amount of weight, then he got back up to about 20 pounds from what he gained. But if you look at the difference between the photos, you'll see he said that he gained basically all his weight back or whatever, but you'll see that weight is very, very deceptive, because he probably feels that he gained all his body fat back, but you can clearly see from this photo, yeah, he may have gained some body fat back, but definitely not the body fat that he had before. So you can see it from this part of the video. So he begins his fast, he goes into the fast, he completes it, he comes out of it, and he survives. This video shows the power of fasting and what it can do and how fasting can move your body weight. But I truly, truly, truly do not recommend it, because to me it is better that you intermittent fast, and which is something, and you have to start creating the sustainability of fasting. And especially if you're new to fasting, definitely don't do that, because your body doesn't even, your body will be in shock. It won't even know, like, whoa, what's going on. If you've been fasting for a while, you have a better chance of pulling something off like this. But I would much rather you create the rhythm that your body would need for the rest of your life. That's the most important part, because if you do something that is something you cannot replicate, because literally it can kill you to continue to replicate it, then why do it at all? You created a system that you cannot continue to do. The best thing personally would be just to lose the weight doing intermittent fasting. You can lose a good amount of weight doing intermittent fasting. Are you going to lose 52 pounds in 1 month? Absolutely not. But you will still lose a good amount. Please, guys, it worries me a little bit, because the video is very, very popular, and with the people in my comment section saying, hey, look, I'm on my 15th day, like I'm on my 7th day, wish me luck, guys, like it's kind of scary to me, because I don't want people to do something like this and then lose their lives over it. One thing that's very, very concerning to me as well is that Jay, the Pro Gamer Jay, sent the email to him, and I was like, okay, well, let me see what was his latest video or whatever. He's a YouTuber with over 2 million subscribers, guys. He's a YouTuber with over 2 million subscribers. He hasn't uploaded a video in over 2 months. Now, I understand the dangers of prolonged fasting. I've studied these things. I understand the dangers of prolonged fasting. I understand how even when you complete a fast of that magnitude, that there could be residual effects if you didn't follow up after you broke your fast. If you didn't break it correctly, use eating specific food groups to gradually get back into it, certain organs can fail and lead to death. And I'm hoping that he's okay. I did send him an email. I did tell him to contact me if I want to be able to talk about in more detail what's going on, or what happened to him after the fact, if he went to the doctor, if he got any of the blood count, of the blood pressure. Like, I want to get those numbers if he has them. But I'm scared that, one, he doesn't have those numbers, which means he didn't do a follow through the way he should, which is go directly to the doctor and get checked up for all of your, get a checkup. That's important when you do something like this. Get a checkup. And I feel that if he would at least gone to a fasting center and fasted while being at a fasting center, it would have been much more safer. Like, remember, guys, people have died even in the fasting centers trying to do 28-day fasts. I don't want to scare anybody who's doing it, but I implore anyone who's in the process of doing it to please stop doing it and eat today, eat right now, and shift what you're doing for your goal and bring it into intermittent fasting, not prolonged fasting. Don't get me wrong, guys, I have nothing against prolonged fasting, but fasting for 28 days has an extremely high danger point to it. It's best to not even be there, because it's not even something that has a base or platform or structure for the future. What has structure is intermittent fasting. That is healthy to the degree where you are not even close to the danger zone of something to the level of a 28-day fast. So please, guys, if you're doing this right now, and I know some people come to this channel to get information about fasting and want to know, what they should do, I implore you, please cease doing a 28-day fast. I always tell you, don't even push past 48 hours, because you want to be in the golden peak of your benefits. And your benefits actually start to taper off after 48 hours. The HGH, all those things start to slowly go back down after 48 hours. You don't want to fast past that time. Your body still needs nutrients. Your body still needs minerals. And after a specific amount of time of not having that, it may cause failure to certain organs that are asking for those nutrients. I'm just gonna end it right here. He did end up losing weight. I hope it was not at the expense of his own life. I don't even know this kid. I literally just saw his video and became worried, because I understand, like I said, I understand what can happen if you take it into the danger zone. Can you take it into the danger zone and survive? You can. But what's the point of going that far when you can literally go up no more than 48 hours and still reap the benefits of intermittent fasting, the health benefits of intermittent fasting, the weight loss benefits of intermittent fasting? You can still reap those rewards, those benefits. You don't have to get into the danger zone, guys. I don't want it to get carried away to the point where what's next, you know, like the next kid wants to do the 60-day fasting thing. Like this is what I don't want to happen. Guys, that is the video that I want to put out. I just want to address that, and I think it's very important that I address something like that, especially considering the type of channel that I am, an intermittent fasting focused channel. If you have any other questions to any other videos that I've had in the past, I will have one here. My subscribe button will be down here, guys, and my Fledge fitness jump rope will be right up here. Click any of those in any order, and I will see you on Sunday. Peace out, guys.